story here, or will it be replayed here, rewinded by Bigetron Alpha to get the game back to their hands? Bigetron already securing the first neutral objective in the game. Very, very small, but it is still a little bit of gold into their pockets.
I'm curious to see what Rekt has in store for us with this Kufra. Like Mirko mentioned earlier, we're very used to Rekt choosing the Angela, choosing heroes like the Rafaela as well. But now, with such a heavy hero in momentum-based type of strategy, will Rekt be able to actually take this to its utmost potential is definitely my question here in this upcoming game.
I gotta agree with you. I mean, again, with that Kufra pick, I believe Rainbow is forced to use that Purify, again, respecting the crowd control potential from this guy. So, again, Rekt on a Kufra, we will have to see, but Bigetron, I expect them to be proactive on the map, especially in the early game.
Yeah, Bigetron Alpha really needs this. They really need the early aggression, especially with the Selena in their arsenal. They really need to capitalize on the usage of the Selena, being able to put pressure in the bottom lane, the middle lane, as well as the bottom lane, looking for setups for neutral objectives. And that's exactly what they might be going for. We can already see the Selena there trying to set up for the next turtle.
Oh, that steal, that gold buff steal from Aulus, that might hurt Ranger a bit. But yeah, again, looking at, for now, the first few minutes, nothing fancy. So I expect, again, Bigetron trying to find something across the map here. Anti-Mage using the Concussive Blast, building tank for Cho. We haven't seen that, but we'll have to see here because both teams are already setting up for a turtle.
Yeah, Rekt already trying to reset this turtle aggro, but it's going to be Repo going in and opening it up as well. He placing the trap really, really well, but the turtle is going to be targeted. Rekt pops in the Tyra's Revenge, will not be able to connect. Actually, he actually connects onto Repo. There's a lot of follow-up right there, but it's only onto the XP laner. Anti-Mage gets picked off, Max picks up the kill, and the turtle as well. That's a nada, and Repo comes in, quite forced to use the black shoes, not able to get anywhere. Repo takes another, and that is 2 kills and a turtle.
This is exactly what Bigetron Alpha really needs to do. They understand their winning conditions wholeheartedly, and that's exactly what they're trying to implement in towards the game. Being able to get 2 kills this early on as well as a turtle is going to give them a really good advantage, because if we look at the gold difference, it's already an almost 2,000 gold lead into the hands of Bigetron Alpha. And like I mentioned earlier, Evos Legends with Aulus in the midst of it all, being a really late game fighter, they really need to be able to scale from the early game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this, to be fair. Again, early game, Bigetron could have control. Now, the question is, Evos, can they withstand the pressure? Can they keep up? Okay, like, losing or behind 2k gold is still okay, even though the first 4 minutes. But now, I want to see some follow-up, some compensation building up from side of Evos Legends.
I have to agree with you. If Evos Legends can actually take this to the late game, they do have the Phoveus who can wreak havoc onto Bigetron Alpha. They have the Lilia who can also scale into the late game, and they also have the Aulus. So it isn't set in stone just yet, but of course Evos Legends now are looking for an answer to what Bigetron Alpha has already served them.
But I do want to say as well though here, in terms of the setup, Bigetron Alpha have been faster. Evos Legends though, that was them being a little bit too overzealous. With no setup on the board, there were only 2 members to follow up with that play. Yes, the Lilia was there as well, but in the early stage, do you really expect a Lilia to have more impact than a Matilda and a Selena? That was them just being way too aggressive. Anti-Mage now going in for the way the dragon onto Repo, setting up a gank for his team. Versik unable to join in the fight. Repo gets out safely, and they trade pressure on the opposite side of the map. Evos opting to go for that top side. Bigetron Alpha will go for the turtle. Versik, no response. Once again, uncontested turtle number 2 will most probably be taken. And in the bottom side key, lethal on the Selena. Like I mentioned, Rekt goes in, trying to deal some damage onto map, but it is going to be nothing traded for Evos. Another turtle and a kill for the red robots.
Wow, 2 neutral objectives here claimed by Bigetron. So the early game, wow, an engage.
Yeah, Repo is going to get kicked back to his team. Versik tries to go for some damage, but this is the problem with Aulus. It is incredibly hard for him to look for these engages. Even with the setup that they have, Anti-Mage not going to be able to cover for... Actually, was able to cover for his team. I thought that Missile Arrow connected. My bad.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
Oh no, Rekt goes in for the engage right there, but Repo cancels it out. Knockout strike perfectly timed. it feels like Evos Legends aren't on the same page in most of these engages.
Yeah, well, you know, give it time, right? With the composition that they have, they are trying to just stave off the pressure. But once again, Fursic as well as Crete in the mid lane is going to get chunked very low. And again, this is what we expect from the early competition coming in from Bigetron Alpha. Renbo goes in, looks for an engage, Max is there to follow it up. And not to mention the initiation potential coming in from Key as well. It is going to be very difficult for Evos Legends to set anything up, as they do have a little disadvantage in terms of map vision as well because of the presence of the Selena.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, but let's take a look at the items here. Counter-Strike for Max here already with that penetration and even on his way towards Endless Battle. So I believe Evos Legends need to take this guy down ASAP, because if not, Granger gets his farm and will be an impact for Bigetron.
Yeah, he will be engaged on it, but Matt is instantly there to respond to the play. Anti-Mage with no flicker, unable to make a play happen. Bigetron still just waiting. This is what they like to do. It seems like there is a new identity for this BTR squad, but they're still staying true to the discipline that they had. Great! Almost gets taken down, forced to use that Black Shoes before the fight even starts, and 8 seconds is the clock right now for that respawn timer. Turtle number 3 is going to be up, and it's going to be uncontested. Krite, that is a big resource burnt before the fight. Fursic trying to open up the map like but the thing is, he does not have any pressure. Renbo goes in for the Circling Eagle. Fursic popped the ultimate, but it's going to be Clover chunked very, very low. Abyssal Arrow does not connect. Anti-Mage going in for the Jeet Do, not connecting once again. Bigetron Alpha playing this clinically as they get a turret for the price of nothing. Abyssal Arrow thrown once again to zone away the members, as that is going to be the turtle taken away. Wreck going in, but it is going to be Repo instantly with the response. Bigetron Alpha resetting and getting the turret up top. Rotating once again as Renbo goes in aggressively, unable to get anything done, but it is just them zoning the members away, playing the map really, really well, and pushing all the ways to set up the next play.
Man, that was insane mechanics. Macro play coming in from Bigetron Alpha,
So
being able
good.
to get that
What?
turret in the top side, putting a lot of pressure on the side of Evos Legends. It looks like Evos Legends are actually running from their lives. They're so scattered, they don't know what to get. Because right now, even though they want to play for the late game, it doesn't mean that they have to give everything towards Bigetron Alpha, right? They don't want to give up all their objectives, but unfortunately, that's exactly what's happening. The setup from Bigetron Alpha and the timing is just beautiful.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, Evos Legends, they need to stay proactive. They need to keep up, because if not, Bigetron Alpha, sure, they claim control for now, but Evos Legends should not play passively, because if so, I mean, take a look. Granger could wreak havoc, and again, Repo and Matt, the two fighters on the sides, could just initiate team fights,
Yeah.
very, very quickly.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Kufra is a hit or miss hero, like we do mention a lot. If Rex can't get some momentum on the board, it is going to be very difficult for Evos Legends to follow it up. And once again, the Abyssal Arrow, man.
This is unreal. Like, I have to say to you guys right now, we saw Bigetron Alpha yesterday on the Johnson, on the Kadita. We saw them losing in a game against Rebellion. They were inconsistent, but in this game, it's completely different. Renbo jumping away with the guiding wind. It's going to be Rek trying to look for a follow-up, but look in the flags. Matt is already waiting in the bush for Anti-Mage. Will be able to push out the top side as well. This just beautiful setup. Incredibly, intelligent macro plays here for the robots.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Very clean as well from the side of Bigetron Alpha. And honestly, I want to ask if Fursic is comfortable on this Owlus. We know Fursic to be a really good player, very high mechanics as well in Assassins, but we've seen him a few times in a different position with the fighters, and it doesn't seem like he has the same amount of impact. Sure, he gets a kill, but a kill against the roamer, is that worth it?
It's not a roamer, it's Renbo, the mid laner, but yeah, the thing is, right now, it's going to be really, really tough because the mid laner has been taken away. They're not going to have the pressure needed, necessary to get more on the board, and they will be starting this Lord up. Even though they reset it, Matt's going to jump in very aggressively, might be punished instantly for this. A mistake from Bigetron Alpha will prove to be very costly because that is going to be the Lord and probably the goal lead shifting if they don't look for a steal. Demonic Force onto Max to zone him away. That's not a being pop, but it's going to be Fursic securing the Lord with the Retribution. Going in once more as Renbo finally responds and joins in the fight, but the goal lead is slowly but steadily coming back to Evos Legends' side.
Yeah, Lord slain by the Samsung Galaxy A series, and it seems like Evos wants more. They don't want to limit it just to that. They are trying to put the momentum on them, and they are honestly just buying time for their power spikes.
I agree with you. I mean, that one kill towards Rainbow proves costly because now what? They got the Lord. They have control now. Take a look at the economy. They're catching up. And with the defense, we will see here, will Bigetron find a kill? If not, I mean, Evos could just take away their control. And Bigetron, with their drafts, they do not want to be behind. Evos Legends slowly but surely taking their lead.
Yeah, this has been a very slow-paced game. Only objective so far, 5 kills in total in 11 minutes. Turret Tier 2 is going to be taken down there in the top side with the Lord marching down as well. Fursic picks it up. Already level 15 here in the 11th minute. Unreal farming by the baby Tiger. Bigetron now trying desperately to go for the defense. It's going to be Anti-Mage coming in to zone away the members. Opening up the map. It's going to be Wreck jumping and getting the Turner's Revenge. The combo wombo ensues, and Bigetron will lose all the members. Not just yet though. Max is untouched. He's still able to deal some Rhapsody damage. Gets the double kill, and that's an equal trade for the side of the red robots. Even though they will be losing out on the turret in that top side. The base turret is very, very expensive. They still hold on to that gold lead, but man, Evos are coming back.
Yeah, still very worth it into the hands of Evos Legends, being able to take an inhibitor turret as well as the gold lead. So in that span of time, Evos Legends were able to turn it around, and this is when it gets scary, right? Bigetron Alpha, they really wanted to play for the early game. They tried to finish it as soon as possible, but Evos Legends, they're starting to build their power spikes, right? Alice is starting to build his items, doing a lot of damage, and look at the players' gold. Even when they were behind, Fursic is still able to beat on top on that chart.
Yeah, above 2 players from side of Bigetron, so I believe that his farming rotations, his job description is just achieved from the side of Fursic. Right now, Evos Legends, they are slowly, surely building their own tempo, slowly taking the game away from the side of Bigetron. Take a look at the damage dealt here. As a roamer, Selena here, not having a fun time, of course. You want that pickup potential to be evident, but unfortunately, taking a lot of damage from the side of Evos Legends. Fursic is already building up. Again, Berserker Fury is already in his arsenal, so expect critical damages from this guy.
2,000 damage. That crit, look at Fursic's damage at this point. Level 15, 2 kills, 1 assist, and the farming has just proven to be too much for Bigetron Alpha to handle. Even the moment when Rainbow got caught, it was because he didn't expect that damage coming from Fursic, the guy who was unseen the entire game, but finally when he decides to pop up, has all the farm in the world and comes out level 15. They are going to be the ones starting up the Lord. Abyssal Arrow unable to connect right now as Evos and Bigetron Alpha try to look for a pick-off, try to look for a start into the fight. Anti-Mage goes in for the pick onto Rainbow, but it's actually a mistake right there. Matt goes in for the zone. Abyssal Arrow connecting on a Clover. A lot of damage placed. Once again, that Sonata gets in. That's going to be a mega kill, and Matt gets 2 on the knockup. Rex taken down. A double kill for Matt, and they have gotten the fight. A clean engage with a clean disengage as well to get out of Anti-Mage's crosshairs. They're looking for the base right now. It is going to be the tier 2 turret taken away. Amazing zone, and it might be the base turret taken as well. Evos Legends, Anti-Mage and Krite, can they defend? The answer is yes. Bigetron turned to the Lord in the 14th minute after that fight.
How did that happen, Donnie?
Wow, that was a very, very good kite from side of Bigetron. Sure, one man just needs to bait the resources coming from Evos Legends, and then what? Circling Eagle comes in, Kaka, and there you go. Bigetron Alpha dismantling Evos Legends, taking 2 turrets in the mid side. Plus, to add to that, the Lord. This Lord push could be key, especially if you take a look at the items here. Max already on his way towards Immortal, so they know they can play, they can make outplays here from Ranger with that extra life in hand. And don't forget, Matt building up already that Radiant Armor, and perhaps already on his way towards Immortal too. Matt will be key to the next team fight, opening the right and targeting quick.
Oh my god, look at how Fursic just keeps on melting it down. The Lord will be slain without it even getting into the base turret. This is the power of Aulus, man. When you get into his range, when you don't CC him, he just melts everybody. But the thing is, Bigetron Alpha has a lot of CC to work with. Repo, Matt, and that Petrify as well will all be the key here to victory against Ferrisic on this Aulus.
Yeah, Bigetron Alpha, like they did in that previous team fight, being able to take it is because Aulus was one of the first players to go down. And I think this is going to be very important if they want to win the next team fight. Already 15 minutes in, it does seem like if they are able to win the next team fight, it can do a paramount amount of impact towards the game. They could even take it, perhaps, as the death timers are going higher and higher.
Yeah, I agree with you, especially here. A concealed play, so Evos, they are setting something up.
Yeah, but a very good read for the side of Bigetron Alpha. It is going to be a wasted conceal right now, but it does get the Black Dragon form away. Repo goes in and pushes the bottom side. That might be the turret taken down. I think, yeah, that's going to be the turret. Tier 2 taken down because Evos Legends spent all of their resources trying to look for a pick in that top side. Very, very smart by Bigetron Alpha, playing the game with intelligent macro.
Yeah, they need more vision. That's the issue that Evos Legends has. I think other than the pick-off capability that the Selena has, it is giving them a bit of an edge because they can open up the map in areas where it is most important. And that gives them an idea of the rotation and gives them an edge over the hands of Evos Legends. Evos Legends are trying very hard to open up vision, but sometimes Rec does get caught.
This is the thing I mentioned back in the draft, right? Evos Legends are going to have a hard time when it comes to the siege because they don't have the range to take down the turrets. They are all melee heroes except for Krite, and even so, Krite's range isn't that far.
Yeah, I agree with you. But though, Krite just secured his Divine Glaive. So again, with the magic power added, Krite is a force to be reckoned with here. But let's take a look at the players' goal here. First six still on top of the 4 members from inside of Bigetron. Wow.
Yeah, First Six still a very consistent type of player here, being able to keep up the gold lead, even though they were kind of behind in the early stages of the game. Even though the Bigetron Alpha is leading in a 5,000 gold, almost 6,000 gold lead, it seems like First Six is still able to stay relevant in the game, and I feel like that is what's important. And now Repo gets caught in a bad situation.
Yeah, Repo gets kicked back to his team, but it's going to be, oh my god, the collapse coming in from Bigetron Alpha. Max will not be able to get away. Clover actually almost getting that Demonic Force once again. Key jumps away, but it's going to be the Demonic Force again and again, used and popped. Max brings him back to the turret. That's the Petrify to combo it together, and that is a 2-for-1 trade. Evos Legends getting the favorable one in the 18th minute of the game. Lord Evolve has spawned, and it might be Bigetron Alpha losing out this time around.
Yeah, but look at the real-time win probability, 69% for Bigetron. So even though they did manage to secure that team fight and even securing this next Enhanced Lord, it does seem like in terms of real-time win probability, it still favors the side of Bigetron Alpha. And I wonder why that is.
Yeah, I feel like it hasn't been updated, Eterna, because now Evos Legends with this Lord push, with only two base turrets left for the side of Bigetron Alpha, truthfully, Evos Legends could just close the game out. Take a look at the items. 1, 2, almost 3 Immortals intact for their team. So I feel like Evos Legends could have pressure, could deal more pressure, especially, again, mind you, only 2 base turrets left. We will see though, how will Evos Legends put the offense. Right now, Bigetron Alpha, they're on full defense.
Yeah, for sure. Crit is looking crazy scary as well with the items that he has already secured. So even if Bigetron Alpha wants to go and dive into the composition, Evos Legends with this Lilia can actually just put a lot of insane AoE damage that's not even as flashy, so they don't even realize that they're losing so much HP, and I think that's exactly what's been happening. Look at Crit right now being able to zone Repo out as well.
Yeah, only 2 waves though. It's gonna be Anti-Mage jumping in front. Gonna be able to get taken down though. It's gonna be Immortality pop. Ew, no! It's a mistake, but it's already a game taken away by Evos. I thought it was a mistake at first, going in very aggressively on to the base.
Well, again, Krite on that Lilia with an Ice Queen Wand, Genie's Wand, and Divine Glaive. Of course, with that Enchanted Talisman, plus that Arcane Boost. Enough to deal, his presence is enough to make Bakito, to make Yudsong think